Good evening, everybody. This is Swedish Jeff 2024. I hope that everyone is doing well. I have a couple of announcements here. I posted earlier, but I wanted to come online for a few minutes and just talk to all of you and say that I did a lot of thinking this weekend, and that's not the big announcement, but I'm always doing a lot of thinking. Some people might say I do a lot of overthinking, which I definitely do that too. But I decided after a lot of thought to play just the games that got wiped out by the strike in 1981 in my APBA baseball replay. I have set a schedule and a timeline to where and when I want to finish this. And at the rate that I was going, and it's my fault, okay, it's my fault because I started later, and to do a full season replay starting in July would have taken me through the end of the year, if not the beginning of next year. And I decided that, I want to get to other stuff. I don't want to be stuck on one singular replay, and I want to be able to dedicate the time to doing other stuff here. So what I've done is I'm going to focus on playing the games in 1981 that got wiped out by the strike. I have got my rosters ready. I've set the schedules. I've actually exported the statistics from Baseball Reference, all the hitting, the pitching, and the fielding statistics, which is going to be much easier for me to put the stats in now than I did before. And I'm very excited about this. However, having said that, I do apologize to all of you who have been watching my videos and keeping up with the 1981 replay, because I know that you're probably saying you're doing it again, but there is a method to my madness. Okay, just go with me on this here. And I also wanted to announce, besides that on Tuesday evening, this Tuesday, I'll say probably around 8 o'clock, and if it changes, I will post something a couple days before that. I am going to be I'm going to be replaying the 1981 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. I'm going to pick all the All-Stars, have the rosters and the pitchers, and it's going to be a lot of fun here. And I think it will be more fun than the actual All-Star Game. For one thing is we will be seeing a lot more stuff going on. No pitch clock in this. We will not have any large bases that look like pizza boxes here. And if the game goes into extra innings, we will not be doing the Manfred Man. So I think it will be a lot of fun, and it'll be a way of kind of kicking off like a reboot and a reset, whatever you want to call it, for this 1981 Major League Baseball replay. I'm also thinking about the APBA football replay here, and I want to do something similar with the football reference and put those stats in for my football replay. And I want to get to that. I really am looking forward to the fall and playing the football, which is one of the reasons why I want to get this replay done with 81. And if there's one thing that I have learned recently, it is that time is precious. And I know that there are some of you out there who will say, well, Jeff, there is no due date on this project. It's not like you have to have it done by a certain date. That is true. However, if there is one thing that I have learned, especially in recent weeks, is that time is precious. And I want to use whatever time that I have. I'm fine. Everything's okay with me. I'm healthy. But just in general, I understand that, I want to be able to do a lot of things that I want to do, and I don't want to be stuck on one project. and get bogged down, and I want to be able to complete it, and then do other things. Eventually, I want to get to 94. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is to get to 1994. Once I finish 81, do 94, and I'm going to start at the end of the season and finish that season out and see, what if Matt Williams hits 61 home runs or 62 home runs before Mark McGwire does? What if Tony Gwynn hits 400? How will the Montreal Expos do? So what I'm going to do with this 81 replay is to have the stats, the standings and the statistics as they finished, but we're going to add on top of that. So now we will get to see, does Montreal come back and win the National League East? Will the Yankees win the East? Or will Baltimore come in there? Will the Dodgers come back and beat Cincinnati? So the more I thought about it, and believe me, I did a lot of thinking about this here. This was not a quick decision of, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and do the games that got wiped out. I did a lot of thinking about this, and I am going to follow and adhere to a very strict schedule to get this done at the very least by October, by, I would say, the middle of October. So it coincides that around the time that this replay for 81 is done, the playoffs will begin in real life, and I'll be playing my playoffs too. And again, I want to get to APBA football, where I will dedicate myself full time to that. Right now it's part time. And I want to dedicate myself full time once football season kicks in and get that done. And then after that, I want to get to 94 and play that season out. So I just wanted to give those announcements here. I wanted to come online and do it. It's more personable and more personal than just words on a screen. The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly tonight, and I apologize for the noises in the background. My neighbors are firing off firecrackers and fireworks. Evidently, they did not get the memo that July 4th was last weekend. But I know that many of you are or were probably glued to the TVs tonight, considering, it was pretty tragic what happened tonight in Pennsylvania. No matter what side you're on politically, violence is never the answer. And I know that many people in the last couple of years, especially in the last 5-10 years, sports fans have been very frustrated with how politics has increasingly crept into sports. And I just want to say, I always used what I call the Thanksgiving Day, the Thanksgiving dinner principle. There's a time and a place for politics. So Thanksgiving dinner, you get your family and friends over, and everybody's happy to see each other, and everybody's, hugging and kissing, and hey, it's so good to see you, and oh, it's wonderful, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody's reminiscing and catching up, and then TV is on, and hey, speaking of football, hey, let's go watch the football game. And, a lot of people are watching it, and then there are other people that act like they want to act like that they're interested, and they're not really interested in it. But then it comes time to Thanksgiving dinner. And hey, let's all have dinner, and everybody runs to the table, and everybody's happy, and oh boy, I can't wait to eat and have dinner, and oh, this is great, and oh, I can't wait to try this and try that. And everybody's having a great time, and dinner's being served, and oh, the food is great. Wow, you did a great job with this. Oh my goodness, blah, 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 blah. And then there's that one person at the dinner table who will say something along the lines of, that'll bring up something political, whether it's Biden or Trump or the Democrats or Republicans. And the other family members and friends will just kind of look at this person like, did you have to do that now? No, not now. And that's what I think about politics. I'm not saying that politics has not been a part of sports, because they do intermingle sometimes, but I think that for most people, that sports is an escape. It doesn't mean that we don't care about political issues. It doesn't mean that we don't care or that they don't matter. But when people go to watch a game, whether they go in person or whether they watch it on TV, this is just my theory here. This is just my opinion. I think that people use it to escape, not just politics, but, whatever they're going through personally. They might have somebody in the family with an illness. They might be struggling with an illness. They might be going through a divorce. They might have just lost their job. They might have some kind of personal crisis going on. But for 2.5 hours, it's like a concert. I mean, if you want to put it that way, I guess it's like what Billy Joel said in Piano Man, and it's me that they're coming to see to forget about life for a while. That's really what it is you're just putting life on the shelf for a couple of hours and you're watching this game, and it doesn't mean that you don't care about political issues. It doesn't mean that I don't care about that. It doesn't mean that it doesn't matter or those people, their opinions don't matter. It just means that for a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours, you want to forget about all that stuff and you want to just be entertained. And that's really what it's about, is entertainment, is grown men and women who have a lot of talent are on the court, or they're on the ice, or they're on the grass and the turf, and they're on the field, and they get paid millions, if not billions of dollars. Thank you, Shohei Ohtani. And he deserves it, but they get paid millions and billions of dollars to entertain us. And they are the elite. They are the best of the best. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that. And another thing about sports is it's a great equalizer. It is a great equalizer because when you go to a sports game, and I was watching not that long ago, the 49ers and the Cowboys, the championship game at Candlestick Park from 1981. Actually, it was 82, I should say, but the 81 NFC championship game. And when Montana threw that touchdown pass to Dwight Clark, the catch, you look at that crowd at Candlestick Park, and you've got people from all types of different races and sexes and sexual orientations. Nobody cared what their political views were. Nobody cared what they looked like. There were people high-fiving and hugging and, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. Because sports is a great equalizer. And when you can root for a team, you have strangers that you're hugging and you're going, I don't even know this person, but we're just so happy at this moment because we're going to the Super Bowl, or we won the Super Bowl, or we won the World Series, or we won the Stanley Cup, or we won the NFC Championship, or whatever it is, the NBA Championship, sorry. And so, these strangers become friends, and nobody gives a damn what your skin color is. Nobody gives a damn what your religion is. No one cares about who you voted for or any of that stuff. They just know that, hey, we're all rooting for the same team and we're so happy right now. And we can all agree to disagree. I mean, sports fans do this all the time. We talk about who's the best center fielder or who's the best basketball player, who's the best quarterback. And yeah, sometimes the discussions get heated, but nobody ever said, I want to kill somebody because I don't like, he thinks that Tom Brady is the best quarterback. No one in their rational mind would go violent over someone like that. And we're not always going to agree on everything. And again, I have another theory. I have a lot of theory, a lot of principles. And I call this the pizza principle. If you get 10 people in a room, and I've witnessed this because I can attest to this. You get 10 people in a room and you ask them, like, say you want to order pizza. Hey, we're going to go order pizza. What do you want? You're probably going to get 10 different answers. Oh, I like pepperoni. Oh, I like meat lovers. Oh, I don't eat meat. I'm vegetarian or veggie. Oh, I like to have sausage. Oh, I like to have this. I like pineapple. Pineapple? What are you, crazy? No, I like pineapple. No. You're not going to have anybody agree on pizza. You're going to have different opinions. It doesn't make them wrong that they like pineapple. Okay, maybe it does. No, I'm just kidding. But they have a right to like pineapple. Somebody has a right to like pepperoni. But we can all agree to disagree. And it's the same thing with sports, is we can have these arguments, and they're not really arguments per se. They're debates and they're discussions, but we listen to each other. We don't interrupt, and we listen, and then we give our opinion and say, well, I respect your opinion, but I don't agree with you. I think that Johnny Unitas is the best quarterback of all time, and cite the reasons. Or I think that Babe Ruth is the greatest player of all time, the greatest baseball player. Oh, well, I don't agree with that. I think that Willie Mays is the greatest baseball player of all time. And you can have that debate and that discussion, but agree to disagree. And we need to get back to that in this country. We need to get back to agree to disagree and not shouting down someone because they have a different opinion than we do. Whether it's politics, sports, news, music, whatever. I belong to music groups, and we talk a lot about the Beatles and the Stones. And yeah, there are people that'll get in there. And it's usually very playful. Oh, the Rolling Stones are the best band of all time. The Stones are better than the Beatles because they're still performing. The Beatles aren't performing anymore. And I go, yeah, the Rolling Stones are still performing. But does longevity equal better than? Yeah, Randy Johnson pitched longer than Sandy Koufax, but who's a better pitcher? You see what I'm saying here? Longevity, in my opinion, longevity is great, but maybe the Rolling Stones might, do I want to see a museum piece? Or would I rather see a band, go out on top if you have that luxury? Sandy Koufax had his career cut short, of course, but he went out in a blaze of glory. Randy Johnson, of course, he's a Hall of Famer. He is one of the best pitchers of all time, but maybe Randy should have hung it up a few years earlier, just my opinion. Again, opinions, And that's one of the wonderful things about our country and our forums here, is that we can agree to disagree and have these discussions. And I just wanted to say that tonight. And I'm sure that there will be some people that will be criticizing me, saying, why are you doing this again? Why are you doing this? But as I said, there is a method to my madness here. And I thought long and hard about it, but I have a plan. I have a schedule. I'm going to get it done. And I'm very excited about it. And I'm very excited about doing the All-Star game on Tuesday night. And I'm thinking about doing a live. I've never done a live before, but I will keep you posted on that. And just want to say that I will be coming back tomorrow with 2 episodes of Behind the Card. I'll do back-to-back tomorrow, 1 baseball, 1 football. So I just want to say again, thank you everybody for watching and listening. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I will see you soon.